Welcome everyone. Today we're having the Genshin Pack special roadmap banner prediction. So in this video, we'll look into patch 2.4 up to patch 3.0. And there's some exciting new features which I want to share with you guys to help us to predict new features with the spiral boost. So in this video, we'll have a look at some of the previous banners in the past patches and how would the reruns come into play. And also we'll have a look at some of the sales of the past characters, which ones are most popular, like Raiden Shogun and also Venti. We'll look into those together with the new information shared to me by a viewer, is that there's a pattern that is hidden in the spiral boost. If we have a look at the latest spiral boost for the 2 new characters or the 3 new characters, so there's Alberto, there's Yulia, there's also Ito. So the increase of geo damage and also physical damage is updated. So in this video, we'll also talk about how will this help us to predict the future characters. Now, similar to most of our prediction video, this is 100% from official information from the past patches and also the patterns. So those are my personal predictions from patch 1.0 up to patch 2.3. What we know so far is from the official information that was revealed, there will be 2 new characters. Now likely Shenhe will be a 5-star and also Jujin will be a 4-star. So if you guys haven't seen the past videos about them, those were revealed as a Cryo Poem character and also as a Geo Poem character. So let's jump right into the prediction for patch 2.4. Now this patch will start on the 5th of January 2022. I know guys, time flies, right? So it's 2022 now. And what we're looking into are the information that can help us predict the reruns. Because it is very likely Jujin is going to be a 4-star, which we'll have a look as well. So what we're expecting with the reruns will be the Xiao or the Ganyu rerun, or maybe both. Now there are a few other characters that can also have a rerun, including Kazuha, Ayaka, Yoimiya, and also Raiden. But it is much more likely to have the Ganyu and also Xiao rerun, not only because they started on patch 1.2 and also 1.3, compared to the other 1.5, 1.6, or even 2.0 characters. So those characters are due to have a rerun. So let's look into the 2 major factors that help us to determine the rerun for patch 2.4. The first factor is why is Jujin a 4-star character. So a lot of the community speculations and people do agree that she's a 4-star. So this comes from a few of my personal ideas as well. If we have a look at her character design, we can tell that she doesn't seem to be as fancy as a 5-star character. And if we look into the previous banners, like patch 2.3, we have gotten a new 5-star DPS character with Ito, and he is also a Geo character. And we already have 2 5-star supporting characters, Zonli and also Alberto. So we're actually running too many 5-star Geo characters and not enough 4-star Geo characters. So it is very likely we won't have another 5-star Geo character. If we do, this could be the patch. So 2.3 could have been a patch if Jujin is a 5-star Geo character. But it seems that she's going to be a 4-star Geo character, and that's why, that's why she was kind of set off to patch 2.4. Now again with her weapon choice, she's a Poem character, and a Poem DPS like Xiao is very likely to have his rerun very soon. So you don't want to give players 2 Poem characters that does the same thing. And likely Jujin's not going to be like as strong as Xiao, of course. So if Xiao comes in, then her banner wouldn't sell as much if she was a 5-star. So this means it's likely she's a 4-star. Now, why would we say Xiao or Ganyu will be coming in patch 2.4? Is that this is a massive factor for the Chinese developers to pick their marketing and also characters. Is that in patch 2.4, this also includes and also covers the Chinese New Year. Now, usually the Chinese New Year will start on February, and this was celebrated in the game last year as a Latin Rite Festival, with also, if you guys remember, 10 free wishes. Yes, so I just want to highlight this one. So during the Latin Festival, I think that was the first time that in the game, all the players were rewarded for 10 free wishes. So we can expect some really good loots in patch 2.4, including 10 of the free Intertwin Fate, which is one of the rare fates as well. Now, because this is a Chinese celebration, characters that represent the Chinese culture and also the theme for Living Harbor is much more welcomed. You'll be surprised, guys. The Chinese community are very sensitive about characters choosing on the Chinese celebration. So a character like Ganyu is 100% approved and very welcomed, and she makes a lot of money. And so let's have a look at the banner right now. So we have 2 Reddit posts from the previous months. One is from Ajin over here, and So what we can see is characters like Klee, Venti, Raiden Shogun, Xiao, Ganyu seems to have a decent banner set. Don't look at the highest picks, we can also see that the second highest picks. So characters like Ganyu and also Xiao is to be expected to make a lot of money. And similarly, if we come over to the revenue for the Chinese market, which is one of the biggest market for Genshin Impact, and this post is actually from Fluffy to look over here. So what we can see is Ganyu is definitely top of the chart, and Xiao is not far behind. Notice that between them there's also Child. So Child seems to be, the character that had 2 reruns already. So Ganyu or Xiao is very welcomed by the marketing perspective as well. So not only it fits the timing, it's also the marketing perspective. It also works with patch 1.2, 1.3 because they're very early characters. So now we can kind of, somewhat confirm that there will be a rerun between those 2 characters. Now we do have another piece of information which I want to share with you guys. So this was also shared with my viewers. One of my viewers told me to have a look at some of the posts, and this is a really interesting idea. So this uses a new prediction feature, which is 100% official, using the Spire Abuse buffs. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this. I haven't actually noticed this. So a maximum of 2 elemental characters are buffed during the Spire Abuse. Now, let's come over here to the patch notes for patch 2.3. So the 2 characters that are buffed are Geo and also Physical. So the Physical character was Eula to help with her banner. The Geo characters are Alberto and also Ito. Notice the rerun for Alberto was synced with Ito, so the Geo element will be buffed in the Spire Abuse. And this way the 2 characters kind of benefit both out of this. So in our sense for patch 2.4, what we're going to look at is Shenhe is a Cryo character. So plus Shenhe and also Ganyu, that means the Cryo element will definitely be buffed in the Spire Abuse. Now the next character is not determined. So let's say we have a rerun for Ganyu and also a rerun for Shenhe. So then we don't have another element, right? So this is why I'm thinking that we might have another double banner. Now the double banner will be with Xiao. Or if it's not Xiao, it could be Zhongli. I know, right? Did you guys see that this could be a wild guess for Zhongli? So with Xiao, it is explained that he works well in the previous Latin festival, and he was a character that came during this time as well, so it's been a year since Xiao was released. Now, with Xiao and also the Cryo characters, so we buff the Animal element and also the Cryo element. But the wild guess over here is that there can be a Archon rerun. So the Archons are very popular in the game, especially Zhongli and also Venti. Now, currently we're looking at possibility of having 2 rerun banners at once. So right now we have Alberto, we have Eula, and Child was actually the character that was tested for a second rerun. So we know that the Anemo Archon and also Geo Archon are coming back. So, back to the topic of why would Zhongli be, the rerun over Xiao. So it is the idea that if we're going to buff the Anemo element, maybe we can wait for the Venti rerun and also the Xiao rerun. Or maybe with the Kazuha, so we can group the Anemo element for the patch that buffs the Spire Abuse. So the Geo element could still be buffed for the next patch if Zhongli gets a rerun. And this kind of helps with the existing 5-star Geo characters, so the players don't feel like they have been left out, and they play Geo character for 1 patch and it's not popular anymore, so they give the player 2 patches for the Geo characters. I'm not sure about that. So my choice of reruns for patch 2.4 are gonna be Ganyu number 1, plus after that it will be Xiao or Zhongli. So let me know what you guys think. I do think it kind of makes sense, right? But it definitely works with Ganyu and Shenhe because the story also fits with the double adeptize. They are the little runner-ups or they are the apprentices of the adepti, and those works very well with a 5-star banner. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think will be coming on 2.4? And we can expect Klee soon. Klee is quite popular, because if I look at the previous sales, Klee was not bad. Maybe Klee will be coming back soon as well. I wonder if we get to benefit the look though. So a major focus of the video was focused on 2.4, because we'll have the most information and we can predict with multiple factors. And now let's go to patch 2.5 and onwards. Now, if you haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so. Make sure you also turn the bell on for the latest news as I find more of them for us. You can see that we're really dedicated for Genshin Impact. We'll have builds, guides, tips, news, and events updates for everything that's Genshin Impact related. So coming over to patch 2.5, what you're going to notice is I want to give you guys a layout that is easy to read and easy to predict. So here I will look into the possible new characters and also possible rerun characters for this patch. and a bit of information for it, and also a bit of the things that can be exciting. So for 2.5, now notice that we haven't gotten a new content for patch 2.3, and if patch 2.4 doesn't give us new content, well, it will give us new characters, but not new content, right? So patch 2.5 is likely going to give us new content and also new character. This is, to help to bring back players for more exploration, for new bosses, puzzles, weapons, and also artifacts. So the new character we all know that will be coming in the game will be Yamiko. She was introduced in the story, she fought with the Raiden Shogun, and she seems to be a very cute Fox Envoy character. And she's an electro character, which is also a good timing to rerun the characters from, Inazuma. So the Inazuma character can be Ayaka, Yumiya, and also Raiden Shogun. Now, it is highly likely that Yamiko and Raiden Shogun may be on the same patch, because we might get a Raiden Shogun rerun. And if this is the case, what we're going to look for is, we can look for 2 electro characters, which works well to buff the Spiral Abuse for the electro element. And then finally, if it's not Ayaka, it could be Yumiya. It also have Kazuha on the case, so we can look into that. Now remember, we're only buffing 2 elements, so usually the 5 stars will be from 2 elements only, so we won't get 3 5 stars from 3 different elements. So likely a double banner again, maybe Raiden with Ayaka, so this way still the cryo units gets buffed after 1 patch. So patch 2.4 is for the cryo units, patch 2.5 might still buff the cryo units for another patch, like the Geo patch. Now all of those characters are from Inazuma, and this is likely going to predict new content for Inazuma. This could be the final exploration for Inazuma, or this could be a little delayed, I'm not sure. So I'm expecting new content in patch 2.5, because patch 2.6, as we come over here, is likely going to be the patch before the patch 3.0, and this will be a new city. So coming over to patch 2.6, so the new characters I'm quite excited about. We have seen them very early in the game, and they were teased, and they have the voice actors, they have the character model ready, which are Yao and also Biju. Now Biju was, he was showed in the dialogues with the characters, in the storylines, so Biju with a snake around his head, he is very likely going to be a 5-star Denjo character. So Yao is going to be a 4-star Denjo character. And people are predicting maybe this can also be the time for the rerun characters like Venti and also Kazuha. And I do agree with this, because, usually that's around the time for the Wind Bloom Festival, and that's when the last Venti rerun came. And also, between 2.6 and also 2.7, we're expecting the intermediate zones for Inazuma and intermediate zones for Sumeru between Layering Harbor. So let's come into the map, and what I mean by that is this is a chasm. Notice where my mouth is. If you zoom in deeper, you can see this part. This was actually teased multiple times, and that's where the Geo monsters and then the Vaseps and also the Primal Dragons came from. They were coming from the depth, and this is said to be connecting to the next region for Sumeru. So similar to the region over here for the Dragon Spine. There are 2 personal predictions for me. One is that this could be a permanent location like the Dragon Spine, so you have to go through the chasm to journey to the next city. Or maybe this could be similar to patch 1.6 with the archipelagos, the islands. So those islands could be a time-limited region. So there's 2 potential possibilities, but using what Genshin Impact worked from the patch 1.6, those 2 are very likely going to give us some kind of new content, together with a Wind Bloom to take us to Sumeru for patch 3.0. And finally coming to Sumeru, I know we have talked about this and I always want to mention this. The mascot or the most popular character for Sumeru at the moment is gonna be Sayo, a new Poa male character. Well, he can be contesting for sure. So why is Sayo a very popular character is that similar to Ayaka, he was teased in the official trailers for Sumeru. So when the trailer played Sumeru, Sayo was the character that was revealed. He's a quite cute boy with a little poem, so I'm not sure what element he will be, but this could be interesting. Now just in case you guys haven't seen Sayo before, this is also a wiki I just searched up for you guys. This is some for the the character for Sumeru. This is Sayo, and this is him in the trailer. This is his picture. So this is why I want to show you guys him will be coming for 3.0 in case you're planning to have a quite interesting of a character. If he's as strong as Ayaka, he'll be very popular. And likely between 3.0 and also 3.1, we'll see the Denjo Archon. Her name was translated into Lesser Lord Casanelli, and she is said to be the god of wisdom. She is going to be the Denjo icon, which is a new element for the icon, the Denjo element, and this will be quite interesting. So that sums up to our updated predictions with new features of understanding the official spiral abuse. Surprisingly, right? So the spiral abuse seems to be giving us a lot of hints. If you look into those, you can see the elements, the geo element, the crystallization for the geos, and also geo construct. Notice that this is also buffing characters for the particular highlighted new character. So the spiral abuse seems to be highlighting that 2 elements will be revealed in each of the patches. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments about those predictions for the characters. We're pretty accurate on the previous predictions, so I'm pretty confident that, as we go, I'll update this prediction and with new information, and as we come sooner with more teasers and more information, we can look into the Denjo characters for the new element. The new element will be very cool though. We can test it out with different characters, different combinations, and get the most fun out of the game, not only from exploration, but also from saving and also getting lucky with characters. And finally, it's important, guys, if you're planning to go for any of the rerun characters like Ganyu, Xiao, or even, Zhongli, make sure you save some promo gems, because that can be a very big surprise in the next few patches. There could be Raiden Shogun, Yamiko, new Denjo characters. That can be a few patches of a lot of promo gem spending. So best of luck to everyone. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe and also turn the little bell on for the latest news. I'll be looking towards to make more builds, guides, tips, and news and event updates for us as we come further into the game. And as always, I wish you guys the best of luck with Genshin and have the most fun in exploring this wonderful world.